cider. This red thing right here is called the hopper, and this is like Johnny's mouth. So when we eat apples, what do we have in our mouth that helps us to eat apples? Teeth. Yeah, so you have teeth to chew up our apples. And what else do we have inside of our mouth? Tongue. We have a tongue. So the tongue is buried in there, but it's going to help us make some cider. So after we eat apples with our mouths, where do they go? Down into our stomachs, right? So this right here is the tray. We call this Johnny's belly button. So Johnny's belly button is going to live right here. And this barrel is Johnny's belly. So it's going to go right underneath here to catch all the apples that his mouth chewed up. Alright, so my last piece is this bag. This bag has holes in it. There's a lot of holes in it. Do you think that the holes are a good thing or a bad thing? A good thing. And why are they good? What's this bag going to do for us? It's going to catch all the stuff that we don't want. So those stems, those skins, those seeds, the flowers, all that stuff that we don't want in our cider is going to go into this bag, and all the delicious juice is going to run out of the holes into the pitcher for us to drink from. So this is going to go right here so that it catches everything.
For a second, I thought we were going to have to peel all those apples. That's good.
And of course, we need a pitcher that's going to catch all of our yummy apple cider. Alright, so now that Johnny is all set up, we are ready to come up and turn some apple cider. So this is that tongue that I was talking about. It's going to help me push any apple bits that get stuck. I have some hand sanitizer. So if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, you can come up and press the apple.
Lewis, I have one in my car.
You have one in your car?
In the passenger side.
Maybe like pull it up.
Oh, you got it?
We're just
Okay.
gonna take the top off and do it this way.
In the door.
So if you want, you can come up and you can grab, let's do 4 apples, and you can put them in the mouth and turn them. Okay? Oh, that's probably yeah, so we'll go one at a time. Do you want to come up and turn some apples? You can pick 4 apples out of that bag. Put them right in here. You can, if you don't have enough hands to hold them, you can just throw them right in here one at a time. There you go. That looks good. So pop those all in there. Grab onto this handle. You're going to turn it that way. like this. Definitely harder than it looks. Good job. What's your name? Marissa? Oh, Marisol. Well, good job, Marisol. You crushed those up pretty easily, so you can go back and we'll call somebody else up. Okay, who wants to come on up next? So Mel, did you give everybody sanitizer already? Okay, so you can grab 4 apples out of that bag and pop them right into Johnny's mouth. Here, why don't you put those in here and then grab 2 more?
Yeah.
Pop those in, grab 2 more. Ooh, that's a big one. All right, grab onto this handle and we're gonna turn them up. Okay, are you ready? You wanna really use your muscles. Okay, so do you guys know any types of apples? Any different flavors? What'd you say?
Macintosh?
Macintosh, yeah, Macintosh is a red and a green. Any others? The Gala, yeah, Gala apple's good. So that's 2. Good job. Anybody else? What'd you say?
Granny Smith.
Granny Smith, yep, that's 3. Okay, you're all, what's your name? Johan? Good job, Johan. You can go back to your group and we'll have somebody else come up. So that's 3 kinds of apples. What about, do you know what a red apple is called?
Red Delicious.
Red Delicious. And what about a yellow apple? Golden Delicious. So we just named like 5 different kinds of apples. Do you want to try and guess how many different species of apples there actually are? It's definitely harder than it looks. That's it? Yep. Good job. So there are about 7,500 different species of apples. There's over 7,000 different kinds. So we just thought of like 4 or 5 different kinds. There's way more than that in the world. You want to come up? Yep. There's only one apple that is native to New York that actually grows naturally here and wasn't brought here. And it's the smallest apple in the world. It's a crab apple. And they're little tiny apples. They're no bigger than a cherry usually, but they do not taste good. Yeah, it's definitely harder than it. There you go. Good job. Good job.
Hey guys, come on over.
We have some more friends that want to come turn some apples with us.
You guys want to learn how to make apple cider?
Yep. Okay, so grab 4 out of there. There you go. Grab onto this handle.
Oh, they're making apple cider. Oh, yeah.
Good job. Getting so strong. Okay, so see if this group wants to
You
come
guys
up
want
and
to
give it
try?
a try.
You want to put some apples in?
You want to come up and put some apples in here and make some apple cider? So she's going to give you some hand sanitizer first, and then you can each grab 4 apples and put them right into here. Okay? Okay, so our bag of apples is right over here. Once you have hand sanitizer and you're ready, you can pick 4 apples out of that bag. And let's go one friend at a time. So, Flash, why don't you go first? You can put that right in here. 1, 2, 3. Do you want to grab one more? And and then the three of you can just wait, and then you'll go next, okay? So grab onto this. You're gonna help me turn up the apples and make some cider. Good job. Strong muscles. Good job. And what's your name?
Ralph.
Ralph? Good job, Ralph. Okay, you're up next. You want to put your apples right in here and help me turn them? Grab onto this handle. I'm going to go this way. Good. It's hard, right? Almost done. One last big push. Good job. What's your name?
Aquarium.
What is it?
Aquarium.
Good job. All right, who's next? Put it right in here. Put one apple in here. Okay. You want to grab another one?
Another one. Put another one. Put another one. Grab another one. Another one. What?
Good job. Put those both in here. Grab onto this. We're going to turn it this way. Do we have any apple cider yet? Anything in our pitcher? Is anything coming down? There you go. Good job. So strong.
Well done, Ari.
Good job. All right,
Thank
you.
you.
Have one more. You want to put your apple in here and then pick a couple more?
Pick some more, Duffy. Pick some more. Oops.
Right in here. Want to do another one?
Good more. Good more.
Yeah. How about one more? Good job. Grab onto this. And we're going to turn it this way. All right. Wow, look how strong you are. Good job. Okay, we have a couple more apples. So, do we have people that want to go a second time? You guys want to go again? Okay, you can come on back up. Why don't we do, we'll do 3 this time, just in case we don't have enough for everybody. Alright, good job. Grab onto here. Yeah, now you're a pro. Good job. So much easier the second time, right? Grab on. Alright, we're almost done. One more big push. Good job. Very nice. Very strong. Okay, do you want to come up again? Do more? Good job. Right in here. 1, 2, 3. Go this way. Wow. Awesome job. How many more do we have? Anybody else want to go again? I'm not really sure. They're pretty small, so they might be, I don't know, can you tell? It's hard to tell.
There's a bunch of different ones all mixed up. There was like Gala Macintosh. There was something like Red Dragon or Snapdragon or something.
And there's some Cortland in there also. I threw some Cortland in.
You want to go again? Okay. Come on up, grab 3 apples. 1, 2, 3. That's okay. Just leave that one. Grab another. Saved by the bag. Put those 2 first and then get 1 more. There you go. Okay, grab onto this handle. Nice job. Okay, you want to peek in there and see what the apples look like now? Can you see them? Alright, right in here.
Grab 2 more.
Grab 2 more. You can do the rest of them. Grab the rest of them.
Take 2 more.
3 more.
3 more. Yeah, put in.
1.
Another one, another 2. There are 2 more. Just 1 more.
Last one. That's okay. At least won't get crushed. Okay, grab onto this handle. It's gonna help me crush them up.
Good job. Come.
Good job. Okay, that's all of our apples. Is there enough cider for everyone? No? 1 drop. 1 drop? Okay. Well, don't worry because we have one last step that's going to get us all of our apple cider. So do you guys remember what this machine is called?
Johnny Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed, but the actual name of the machine is called an apple cider press. Have you pressed anything yet? No, we did a lot of crushing, but we haven't done any pressing, and the pressing is the most important part. So, this little piece we call Johnny's hat, although it doesn't go on his head, it goes on top of his stomach. But this piece is going to slip right into here, and it's going to help us to press all the juice out of our crushed up apples. Alright, so this is called the T-screw because it's shaped like a T and it screws into Johnny's hat. So you have to let me know when you start to see some cider. We're gonna get a lot more than we have right now. So do you guys know the difference between apple juice and apple cider? Apple cider is just made from apples. The only ingredient is apples. Apple juice is mostly water and sugar with a little bit of natural juice from apples. But mostly it's artificial. Okay, we are almost ready. All right, We are about to press some cider. Are you all ready?
Cool.
Is it coming?
Yeah, cool.
So the best way to make apple cider is to use all different flavors of apple. So I think we're gonna have a really good batch of cider because we used a lot of different kinds of apples. Now, do you want to hand out some cups to everybody? You guys want to try some? So Mel's going to give everybody a cup. We will all get a taste of our cider. But I want everybody to wait until everyone in the group has cider before we taste it. Okay? Mel, do you want to just put a cup under here when I take the picture out? Yeah. So you can get any other extra bits. Alright. Gonna come around and give everybody some. Nope, it's just the apple juice. We're gonna do a little cheers, a little toast. We can say, thank you, apples. Thank you, apples. Thank you, trees. Thank you, trees. And thank you, bees. Thank you, bees. Cheers. It's good, right?
I want to taste it.
So do you think this is how apple cider is always made now?
Probably not. It'd be really
No.
expensive.
It would take really long and it would be really expensive. So they have machines for it now. But this is how they used to make it. How the pilgrims used to make it, I guess. Okay, so we have extra if anybody wants a little bit more. In this bag, we call it our apple cake because once it's all pressed, it looks sort of like a cake. And what are we going to do with all that? What'd you say? Compost, exactly. So instead of throwing it out in the garbage, we're going to compost it so that it goes back into our earth. Eventually it'll turn into dirt and it'll be really good for the plants. So we'll bring it back with us to the nature center and we'll put it in our compost. And I'm sure all the squirrels and the raccoons and the birds and the chipmunks will love the sweet apple bits left over. So, do you have any questions before we say goodbye? So this kind of cider, guys, that we just made is not pasteurized, so it only lasts a couple of days. So that's why we don't make a lot to give out to people. It doesn't have any preservatives. I don't know. We had these made, I think, just special to run these kinds of programs. But I'm not exactly sure of like the time period that something like this would have been used. All I can say is that this is not how cider is made anymore. Definitely not. to me.
Yeah, no.
It's something that we have a bunch of them. We probably have like 10 of them back at the nature center. So this is why we call it apple cake. Because it looks like a cake at the bottom. In an apple cider donut?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has like apple cinnamon, like
I don't
flavoring
think it's
or
actually
something.
apple cider, but they do. I think they put apple in it.
Yeah. And it's like they're paired well with apple cider, so that might be another reason where that comes from. They're so good, and I actually haven't even had any this season yet.